Welcome to the beginning of a long-winded journey about where I look like I'm going to snap off Knightmares' head in this video. So it is time that we start our journey throughout all the metagame discussions. If as long as you guys give me some likes on this, this is probably going to be another 6-video segment. And these are going to be my first initial thoughts. Expect a lot of these as the metagame develops, progresses throughout the month. There are literally like 30 decks we're going to talk about once again. If you want something more specific as time goes on, please tell me that and just or down below in the comment section. We will get there. So remember, show me some love in this video series, and well, fuck me yet again. Let's dig on into this, shall we? Welcome to the boring stuff. Actually, not really. There's some interesting stuff here. So first up, we're going to talk about the Knightmare engine. This is one card starters, the package. Yeah, I know Lady Debug got hit. Who really cares? Can't back up Secretary anymore. You still got Scrap Recycler. You still got, oh man, literally Tour Guide into Singing starts your combo, actually, which is really cute. You got Trickstar Light Stage with Candina into Carlbine, also starts your engine. It's almost like there's every way to get 2 monsters on the field starts this entire Knightmare package, and it's pretty good. Alright, like, I've been complaining for months. I know, I'll call it what it is. I haven't been a big fan of this, and kind of seeing where the format's going. We're probably going to see a 60 to a 40 card variant develop. I know that's a lot, because there will be 50 out there, people out there that are going to try the 45 card variant. There will be people out there that are going to try a 50 card variant. Like, there's a lot of cute, interesting things that you can do. And also the fact that up until this point, the Orcust engine was massively splashable. We literally saw ABC Orc. So many people were playing Orcust as a splashable engine. It was pretty nutty, actually. Now, with that Orcust engine, you guys kind of have to understand that, now Fog Blades are going to be everywhere. Literally the best combo that I think you can do with it in Pure is Yendan Double Fog Blade, Rusty Tin Can, Ding Ding, and the rest of the company. So the engine itself is really good right now. Whether or not you're splashing it in another deck to assist you in an OTK manner, or if you're playing a pure variant of the engine, Knightmare is going to be a thing that you are going to have to deal with this format. I actually think that it's the scariest deck out of the format right now, because when I say scariest, I mean it's got the most potential for the most unknown, if that makes sense. But I'll go more in depth with this if people want. Just tell me what you guys want to see. We can make that happen. There's definitely a lot to talk about here. Next up is Altergeist. Altergeist has taken the biggest back seat up until this point in the format. And I actually kind of got to see one of my local players kind of changing my mind a little bit on this deck. So for the most part, Siliquidos plus Multi-Faker, it disappeared. It was gone. You couldn't find it in a 50-cent bin of just toys at the Goodwill, right? Like that didn't exist. Now you can find it everywhere. It's like they reprinted them. Oh wait, no, they didn't. But Altergeist, I guess what we needed to do was check the format a little bit. Evidently, reducing Sky Striker and Thunder Dragon cards allowed Altergeist to come back. I mean, the deck was already topping. You've got more Super Poly now, which, I mean, isn't a bad thing at all. You guys can call it what it is, but like Super Poly was a big buff to a lot of these decks. So going forward into this new metagame, post Dark Neostorm, oh, you can bet your ass that you're going to have to deal with shenanigans with Altergeist, because Secret Village still exists. Still, Guidos is still a very good card. Do not underestimate the bounce ability that is Altergeist. Honestly, even like, I'm a little bit back and forth unevenly from what I've heard from people. But I mean, hey, you're a deck that can actually abuse it. Like, you go second in one of your worst matchups, evenly your opponent, well, hey, none of my business, but you can also see Multi-Faker off of that. So that's a really cute interaction that never happens, but it can happen. So there's that. Yeah, but Geist definitely stirring the pot a little bit now is a deck that will probably be returning to top cut. That's not going to be amazing representation, but I mean, more than 2 to 3. I expect good 4 or 5 maybe, just depending on the format. Next up, we need to talk about Sky Striker. Sky Striker's in the unknown column right now because people people are afraid to play it because they're like, oh no, Kagari is trash. Like, it's at one. Like, mentalities are kind of shifting. You've also got half of the community complaining that you should be playing Magnet Reverse. You've got the other part of the community calling them dumb because they shouldn't be playing that. This, I didn't actually think I would ever see a time where there would be a bunch of players arguing about playing one set of cards in a deck. And then there's also this whole argument for desires right now. It's interesting, and I see where, at this point in time, do you until we start seeing regional lists, we start seeing trends in the format. For all intents and purposes, as I'm making this video, Desires hasn't been bad to me. Alright, it might not work for some other people. I personally don't Magnet Reverse. It might work for other people, alright? It's until things start settling in the format, arguments are going to arise, and we're going to continue to see people arguing for tech choices. But with these arguments, it does prove the fact that Sky Striker is not a dead deck. I just think its matchups, its grind game against Salad is a little bit harder now. Your matchups against certain other things definitely aren't going to be as great as they were. I'm not going to talk about Pendulum in this video, but I mean, like, Sky Striker, your life goal, stop the Electromite. Stop the Electromite, you'd probably be in a decent position. If you really can't do anything about the Electromite, it's not going to be a fun time, but it's not going to be the worst time either. So, arguments aside, we'll kind of see where innovations and stuff go with Sky Striker. I definitely think for the first 2 weeks, though, that Sky Striker is going to be in this really weird place, just trying to figure out its identity. Literally, I would say the best equivalent to Sky Striker right now is anybody going through a midlife crisis. Only my older viewer base will understand that, but... Next up, we have Salamangreat. So, I'm sorry, budget players. Y'all got shafted. Alright, like, you are comfortable with playing Lady D-Bug, and it was great. And then, you know, we ended up hitting it because of Knightmares, and a little slap on the wrist for Salad. Alright, like, I'm not gonna blame everything over on Knightmares, but it helps. So, one interesting thing here is, budget players, you got shafted because, unfortunately, you don't have Signet Minings. And that's a real pain in the ass for everybody. I've also seen arguments for no Signet Minings, 1 Signet Mining, 2 Signet Mining, 3 Signet Mining. I almost think that Salamangreat's going through a midlife crisis as well on these tech choice ratios for what you want to do with Signet Mining. I didn't actually think one card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Could actually cause this much of a debate, but we've done it. It's also called Magnet Reverse, but points aside for another day there. So, yes, Salad is still a very good deck. Nothing really changed. I mean, you still have access to Flame Buffalero, like, or Buffalo. Comment section hates how I say Buffalero, so Flame Buffalo. I understand that a lot of context changes coming. This deck will be one of the best represented decks in the format because of its consistency. It's amazing what you can do with literally just Gazelle in general. Hand traps will still rise to continue to fight at DD Crow, things like that, but in terms of sheer representation, probably going to be the best deck for the rest of the format. I have a feeling that Knightmares are going to be the 2 decks punching each other out in Top Cut, with Sky Striker and, you know, everything else in the metagame kind of watching from afar. Pendulums will probably run in there. Like, Pendulums are just like the red team from Pokemon Go. You guys know who you are. Now, next up, the last one for this video is Thunder. So, a lot of my Thunder players locals have been telling me the same thing. The ceiling that was Thunder came down a lot. And I've been thinking about this for a little while, and it's like, is that really a bad thing? Yes, you had a lot of plays with Thunder, but losing Sky Blaster hurt that much, guys? Like, literally, Kagari and Lady D-Bug, the decks just shrugged it off, but like, Danger Thunder, like, I don't know. It's in an interesting place as well right now. I don't have an answer to what you're supposed to do with the deck. I've just heard people going, rabble, rabble, rabble. It's not as good anymore. I'm like, you know, you might be right at the end of the day. But honestly, why did you have to hit Danger Thunder the most out of all the decks? I understand the Danger Engine, you know, affecting possible outcome with Knightmares. That's cool in, like, Colossus and stuff, but it's like, Really? Like, it hurt that much? So yeah, I still think Thunder is going to be there. There's no reason why it shouldn't be there. I just don't know in what capacity we're going to see Thunder, nor how many players are still going to be on the Thunder train, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people are jumping ship at the moment. I mean, hey, cheaper cards. Secondary market. If you can pick up a Danger Core for a lot cheaper, fuck it, go for it. Play some Nightmares. I mean, it's just food for another day, it almost seems like. So, that's just some little stuff kind of going on in the back of my mind right now in the metagame. Obviously, I'm going to get more in depth with Goober Control, Trickstars, Pendulum. There's a lot of interesting things to be said about this. So, what do you guys think about these decks? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. This is just kind of my opinions right now. My comment section will roast me later if I said something incorrect, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, guys, buckle up for part 2 with some likes. Peace out, guys. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.